Would you be happy to share what's the best piece of advice you've ever had?
Oh, yes. I'll have a think. There's a few, Steve. Can I do a few, or does it have to
You
be
can, no,
one?
you can do as many as you
Yeah.
want.
I'll keep them short. I can think of three, two or three. One is hard work beats talent,
I agree with that.
which I
If you've
think
got
you've
both,
just touched. If you've got both, you've got an added advantage. Agreed, but you've just touched on it when you're working on a Sunday and your competition aren't. That's the hard work. Um, I think the advice my parents gave us when I was a young teenager about get yourself a trade.
I agree with that.
Um, I think that one, and also the only way to succeed is to fail because you'll not learn otherwise.
Can I
And I
ask you on that
think
one?
that, yeah. You
Have
what?
you?
Sorry.
I was going to say, can I ask you on that one? Have you had any kind of major failures over the career that?
Yeah, absolutely. We've lost some customers, we've lost some big business, and we got it wrong, and we corrected it and learned and moved forward, and it made us better. And I personally have got things wrong and learned and thought, I should have done that differently. But we're only human, and you get it wrong, you learn, and then next time you're better. And so I think you've got to fail, definitely. I think lots of business people say that you've got to fail before you
Yeah,
can succeed, really.
it's just I know from previous almost interviews that you always have people ask, any examples, but you've given some great ones. That's cool.
Yeah.
So you've also talked about your career when you actually you learned your trade and stuff. If you were to give advice to your younger self,
Mm-hmm.
what would it be?
Chase a purpose, not the money.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah. All want a purpose. I think that's even more so now with the mental health issue that lots of people are suffering with. It's wanting stuff rather than giving stuff and having a purpose. It means more long term, definitely, and it gives you a better feeling than getting a bigger paycheck.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it also comes with age as well. You kind of find what makes you happy and what
Yeah,
doesn't. And when you
yeah.
kind of crack that, so for me, the creating stuff and actually the hustle and trying and learning, I love learning new things because I'm always
Mm-hmm.
thinking I can use that. And even from this interview, I'm listening to what you're saying, thinking, how can I use it to then beat
Mm-hmm.
everyone else? And I think you're completely right that I think when I was a kid, I was like mega competitive. And I think I've tried to hide it for a long time, but actually it does burn inside me that when I see my competitors, the people I'm gunning for are $100 million businesses, and I'm just going to do my best and see what happens. And I think
Mm-hmm.
it's sometimes fun in some ways to have enemies that you kind of want to beat, just because
Yeah.
it's a big that we're all in, and it's
Yeah. And we're all chasing time. Remember, Steve. We're all chasing time. We're all going the same place. Let's say. So that's why I think if you're chasing a purpose, it means so much more than £1,000 or another £10,000, or because they just get you materialistic things, not inner,
yeah.
success really.